Welcome to WNL Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. This week we'll speak with men's soccer coach Rolf Piranian, volleyball outside hitter Boles, and women's soccer goalkeeper Emily Leary. But first, a quick look back on the weekend in Washington in the athletics. Senior quarterback Charlie Westphal broke the school record for career total offensive yards as the football team improved to 4-0 in the ODAC with a 52-42 win over Bridgewater at Wilson Field. In swimming, both WNL squads defeated Mary Washington on Friday, while the women's team went on to win the ODAC relays on Saturday. Volleyball dropped a 3-0 decision to 8th-ranked Christopher Newport, while field hockey finished up its 2011 season with a 5-2 loss to Randolph-Macon. And in soccer, the WNL women fell 3-0 on the road against Bridgewater, while the men's team ran its unbeaten streak to 9 matches with a 0-0 draw at Greensboro. I'm joined now by men's soccer head coach Rolf Piranian. Rolf, thanks for being here today.
Good to be here.
WNL has gone 6-0-3 in its last 9 matches. What happened in late September to turn the general season around?
Well, there's a couple things. First of all, we didn't lose faith. Key too, we were playing two rookie center backs in the first stretch of the season. One of our experienced defenders has returned, and that's really stabilized us in the back. And I think we've made good adjustments. We've had a lot of injuries, but people have emerged, and it's just constantly redefining our team.
WNL seems to have a really good mix of youth and experience all over the field. How would you rate the chemistry of this year's team?
I think it's a special group. I've told the guys many times, when I say special, it means more about chemistry than it does about talent. But we have a good mix and great depth. Depth is a major strength of this team.
What will the Generals need to do to increase their goal production as you head into the postseason?
Well, to this point, a tie is not a bad thing, for the ODAC standings, because most games we have to adjust, and usually when we adjust, that means, getting defensively, kind of bringing back more players. And we haven't scored a lot of goals with one forward. With 2 forwards, we're creating more chances. I think, I don't particularly favor us or our chances if we go to penalty kick shootouts. So, we're going to have to gamble a bit more and see some 4-3-3 maybe from the Generals.
Again, WNL hasn't lost since late September. How confident is your team heading into the ODAC tournament? Well,
there's one thing I love about this team. We just talk about one game at a time. So, we're trying to win today, so we're at home, and it's one game at a time process. So I think not overconfident, very humble, hardworking group.
Rolf, thanks for joining us. Good luck the rest of the way.
Good to be here.
I'm joined now by Boles, sophomore volleyball player from Houston. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
The Generals recently finished off the ODAC regular season with 3 wins in 3 days. You had the big victory over Randolph-Macon, and then came from 2 sets down to beat Lynchburg to lock up the #1 seed. How were the Generals able to pull all of that off?
Well, we came together as a team around a week or 2 before our big ODAC weekend, and we talked about how we're nearing the end of our season, and so we really need to push and fight. So that talk really had a big effect on us. We increased our intensity and focus in practice, and then went into the ODAC matches with a lot of confidence and the right amount of intensity. And I think we played the best we've played all season against Randolph-Macon. Everything was working. We were all executing, and it was so much fun. And then when we played Lynchburg, we were down 2 games, but after the 2 games, we realized that we should win that match. We needed to. It was a big match, and we were the better team. And coming away from that match, it was great because we learned that we could come back from that, and it was just a great moment for all of us.
As an outside hitter, you play all 6 rotations for WNL. Describe your role within the general system.
Playing as an outside hitter is such a great position because we can participate in most plays, and we get to play all the way around. So I get to play serve, receive, play defense, and attack. And I think one of the biggest roles that I play on the team is helping in outlet situations. When we don't get a perfect pass or a perfect dig, we can create an attack rather than just a free ball over the net, and that helps us win matches.
You're heading down to Atlanta this week, and you'll play 3 of the top 12 Division III schools and a top 5 NAIA team. How will the Emory tournament prepare WNL for the postseason?
I think the Emory tournament will really give us an advantage during ODACs and hopefully beyond that, because from this point on, we're only playing really strong opponents. And I think that we have the skills to beat any team, but we need to learn how to play and win at that level. So this tournament is going to give us a lot of opportunities.
The #1 seed for the ODAC means that you'll get to play at home in the conference tournament. What will the Generals need to do to win another ODAC title?
To win another conference championship, I think that we just need to have faith and execute the skills we've learned in practice and just be confident that we can win.
May, thanks for being here. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
I'm joined now by Emily Leary, senior soccer captain from Cincinnati. Emily, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Jeremy.
You recently set the WNL program mark for career shutouts. Your 35th came in a 2-0 win over Denison back on October 16th, breaking your former teammate Kiki Morio's record. What does that record mean to you?
It was a really exciting day to be able to break the record and just to make history in that sense. It was a goal that I'd been looking to beat for quite some time, so it was definitely something we'd been working towards. It was even more exciting to be able to set it versus such a tough competitor as Denison. So, but I would be glossing over the the record if I didn't mention the defense that I've been having in front of me for the past 4 years with, Kat Lawson, Paige Minton, and Heather Deischer. Those three seniors especially, have made my job a lot easier. So it was really exciting, but it was definitely a team effort.
How pleased have you been with the performance of the defense this season?
The defense overall has done really well. I think that having the four seniors that are all playing in the defensive third a lot has really anchored the team in a lot of ways, and having a very low goals against average. I think the statistics don't lie. We've been very strong in the back, but we'll definitely need to be improving as we continue to move into the postseason.
At the other end of the field, 6 of your 8 leading goal scorers are first years. What's it been like for you to watch the young talent develop?
It's been really exciting to watch that group develop both on and off the field. I think they're definitely the most athletic class that I've played with in my 4 seasons here at WNL, and as they've understood how our team plays and kind of the style of soccer that we play, they've just improved immensely, and it makes it even harder as a senior to know that next year I won't be here and won't be able to play with them again, because there's just a lot of potential coming through in that class.
WNL has given up 6 goals all season. 3 of those came in the loss to Bridgewater on Saturday. You've got a rematch against the Eagles on the road in the ODAC quarterfinals this weekend. What will the Generals need to do to win?
I think we're just going to have to adapt a lot better to Bridgewater's strengths as well as exploit their weaknesses. We played a very good first half versus them and just weren't able to put away any chances. And while the second half wasn't our best effort, I think we know that we can perform better coming into this weekend. Excuse me. I think we really are going to have to we're hoping for that added spark off the bench from a few key players that weren't there last game, excuse me. And looking forward, I think we all know the regular season doesn't really matter once you get into the postseason, and so we're hoping that it depends on who's better in that game, and we're hoping to be better this Saturday.
Emily, thanks for joining us. Good luck in the ODAC tournament.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Sitting just outside the Division III Top 25, the WNL volleyball team will face 4 nationally ranked opponents at the Emory National Invitational this weekend. The Generals open up play against number 5 Heidelberg on Friday afternoon, followed by a match against the second-ranked Eagles. The football team wraps up its regular season home schedule with the Parents Weekend game against Catholic on Friday night. Fall Conference Championship season starts this weekend as the ODAC titles in cross country will be up for grabs in Bedford on Saturday. The women's race starts at 11, with the men to follow at noon. The ODAC soccer tournaments kick off as the women's team travels to Bridgewater for a quarterfinal match, while the men's quarterfinal opponent and time will be determined later in the week. Also on Saturday, the men's and women's swimming teams play host to Transylvania. Volleyball continues action in Atlanta by taking on NAIA Power Lee and 12th-ranked Juniata, while riding competes in the Bridgewater Invitational. For WNL Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.